Yo, what's going on, my Veve OGs, my Omi homies, my fellow master collectors, and everybody else on YouTube? It's your brummy, the Gale, back at it again with another Medium article audiobook video. Come on. Alrighty, my friends, it's that time again. I have another Medium article for you by none other than the Mint Finder. Be sure to follow him on Twitter, for he has many great articles regarding Veve. And this time it's going to be comics versus collectibles. Which one should you invest in? Basically these type of videos are going to be like audiobooks, so there's not much to watch unless you just want to read along with the words. But without further ado, let's breeze into it. Collecting strategies in Veve. Comics versus collectibles by the Mint Finder on the Medium app. Overview. One of the hottest debates in the Veve community right now is whether comics or collectibles are the safer long-term bets. Some users point to the incredibly high floor prices of some of the key collectible items, also known as grails, or blue chips. Think Disney partner statue, secret rare FA Spider-Man, etc. as evidence that these will have the biggest overall return on investment in the long term. Others point to the real life or IRL value at which some of the key comics, Fantastic Four issue number 1, Marvel Comics issue number 1, have been sold in the past. Ultimately, there is no surefire way of knowing which NFT category will have the best appreciation and value over time, or if one will outrank the other. Some key considerations to keep in mind, however: comics generally tend to be cheaper than collectibles. That also means that the risk, or the potential loss of investment in the event of a market collapse, is currently much lower for comics than it is for collectibles. Some people will say that low risk equals low reward, and high risk equals high reward. But ultimately, the Veve market is so unpredictable that reward potential is hard to assess across the board. On the bright side, cheaper prices mean multiple things. 1. New users and users with limited resources have an easy entry point into collecting with comics. 2. It's easier to purchase multiple copies of comics as opposed to one expensive collectible, which means you will be able to keep some copies for long-term investments while selling others along the way to increase liquidity or your gem balance. Unlike collectibles, comics cannot be displayed in showrooms yet. However, Veve have confirmed that they are working on the final steps to bring comics into showrooms soon, which is bound to increase their appeal to collectors, as they will now be able to display the cover artwork as part of their collection. There is a chance that comics will see an appreciation in value once they have more utility, which is the showroom display. However, this is still to be seen, and not all comics will benefit from this to the same extent. Comics have a higher resale fees than most collectibles. Since all comics in Veve are currently minted in partnership with Marvel Comics, owned by Disney, the fees on comics are among the highest in the Veve app, 8.5%. In contrast, most IPs in the app only have the standard 2.5% Veve Marketplace fee, with Disney, Marvel, and USPS being the main exceptions. We'll be talking about this more in a future article. Collectibles have a wider variety of IPs. Currently, all Veve licenses are available in collectible format: Disney, DC, etc. On the other hand, Marvel is the only licensor for which Veve mints comics, though that could change in the future. Rarity matters for Master Collector Program rewards points. Generally speaking, lower rarity comics, common, uncommon, will award less Master Collector Program points than lower rarity collectibles, whereas higher rarity comics will award more Master Collector points than higher rarity collectibles, rare, ultra rare, secret rare. On the bright side, common and uncommon comics do not suffer from the diminishing daily points system that impact all other comics and collectibles in-app. Unlike collectibles, however, comics do not benefit from set bonuses, though that may change in the future. Comics technically currently have more utility than collectibles. Although Veve has shared their big Veveverse plans with the community, The reality is that the maximum utility of collectibles at the moment is the ability to display them in a showroom or in augmented reality. Meanwhile, comics are fully readable NFT ebooks that provide quality entertainment in most cases. This means that you can actually use or consume your comics in a way that cannot be done with collectibles. The UI or UX of the AR reading experience may not be perfect, but it will hopefully improve over time. Comic book NFTs have a lot of competition with regards to their current utility. Although some Veve collectibles exist also in physical format, the following is true. 1. A lot of them are also designed exclusively for the Veve platform. 2. Those that have also a physical release tend to exist in limited supply. 3. Physical comic collectors may not find comic NFTs as appealing. This will be the focus of a future article. On the other hand, comic books, especially modern comic books printed since 1990, often have tens of thousands of physical copies of the book in circulation, and that's without talking about the reprinted material in trade paperbacks, hardcover collections, or omnibus collector books. In addition to this, platforms such as Marvel Unlimited essentially offer a streaming subscription service for comics, where users pay a flat rate to be able to read virtually any comic they want. Coincidentally, pretty much all of the comics currently minted on Veve are also available to read on Marvel Unlimited. However, the following must also be taken into consideration. 1. Depending on how NFTs develop within the next few years, owning comic book NFTs could be very different from owning a physical copy or streaming comics on Marvel Unlimited. 2. If NFTs prove more advantageous to Marvel and Disney than their current subscription service, there is a very small possibility that Marvel's digital comic subscription service could be changed into or replaced by a digital comic NFT collecting platform. Not all collectibles or comics are equal. If we're thinking about Veve 5 or even 10 years down the line, there will be thousands of collectibles and comics to choose from. Knowing which ones to collect is half of the challenge. In summary, there are many reasons to collect collectibles or comics in the Veve app. As always, the best strategy is to always diversify your portfolio by owning some comics and some collectibles. You will have all your bases covered in case one collectible type becomes more desirable than the other over time. And that's the video, my friends. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you learned something or enjoyed the content, feel free to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing for more Veve content like this. So, yeah, hopefully that gave you something to think about, whether you're new or a veteran on Veve. Those are the only two verticals we have currently, comics and collectibles, or 3D figurines. We should be having like cars and possibly other verticals coming soon. But for now, you know, having a little bit of comics and having a little bit of collectibles, 3D collectibles that is, because comics are collectibles, it can't hurt, you know, just to hedge your bets. I got a decent amount of both, and I like both, so we'll see how that goes in the future. And with that being said, nothing I say is financial advice because I am learning just like you guys. I am just your friendly neighborhood genius. Sharing his thoughts and opinions on this awesome app known as Veve. So take everything that you hear with a grain of salt because things could change. And with that being said, if you would like to follow me on the Veve app, if you take a look to the bottom left-hand corner, you will notice my Ben Simmons Spider-Man, which I have listed for 1 million gems. If you find him, you can follow me, and I will follow back. And with that being said, thank you again for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Until then, peace out and huddle strong, my friends. Later.